Hello, everyone. It's Mike from Downtown Comics, and I'm here on a Friday, May 5th, 2023, to give you a sneak peek at Free Comic Book Day, which is on Saturday, May 6th, all across the nation. So I'm going to go through all the different free comics you can get. First off, if you know, Free Comic Book Day will be all day Saturday. We buy a lot of comics to give out, but obviously we can't guarantee there'll be one of everything that I show you on the table. It is first come, first serve. So yeah, hopefully there'll be something for you to grab, but we hope to see you at the stores. Let's get started. Now the books are color coded. All right, so we have the green label you can see on the top. That would be our all ages. So this should be able to be enjoyed by anyone. We have the Overstreet, they've done this every year, the Overstreet Guide to Collecting Comics, just kind of a fun little thing into comic collecting. The Turtles have a sequel to their cartoon adventures. There was already a miniseries. There's a sequel coming out over the summer. That's probably a preview of that. We have something I have never seen before, Kotora, but it looks cute. The Last Comics on Earth is going to be a YA graphic novel. The Smurfs, I don't know if they have anything coming up. I think they do. I'm not sure, but Paper Cuts does do Little Smurfs graphic novels, so they are available. Let us know if that interests you. There will be a sequel to this Mad Balls versus Garbage Pail Kids. There was a miniseries last year. They're doing a sequel, so this is probably a prelude to that. Of course, Power Rangers will have a new book coming out called Ranger Academy. So there we got a preview of that from Boom Comics. Something called The Best Comic Ever. This is from 2000 AD. So don't normally get the Judge Dredd 2000 AD stuff from this company. But again, if that's something that interests you, we'll give it a shot because it's got a free book out this week. Another YA graphic novel from Oni, Punch Up. Looks like a love of video games. The Investigators have had many a graphic novel, YA, and we do carry those, and this is probably a new one. All right, Dark Horse is letting us in on what they're doing for Star Wars The High Republic Adventures, and they're also giving a little Avatar The Last Airbender preview. So probably more of reprint stuff, just to let you know that they do it. The Sweet Valley Twins. I know there's been at least one graphic novel. I think it was Sweet Valley High, maybe. So this is the sequel, I think. So anyway, a prelude to that. That's coming out in a month or so. Another new one will be Mexikid. That's going to be a new YA graphic novel. And Mech Cadets. This was a property that came out a while ago. So either this is a sequel or they're bringing it back out because I want to say that this may have been optioned. Yeah, because it's got Netflix on it. So yes. So it was optioned for a show. It's coming out on Netflix. So they're bringing it back. I'm assuming this is just a reprint of some of the old stuff so that you can get back into it and we'll have the graphic novel. We have a new Nightmare Before Christmas. All right, so the Battle of the Pumpkin King, that's coming out in a month. I think it's going to start. The always awesome looking Spidey and His Amazing Friends, those YA little books come out all the time. We've had a couple. There's probably a new one. And lastly, if you are someone under the age of 11, you probably know about Dogman. So this is just snippets from whatever the latest Dogman stuff is. So that's our all ages YA. Then we move into our Blue Label. Blue Label is probably for almost everyone, but they tend to go into the preteen and above. So, but some of these things look like they can be for anyone. Anyway, so we have some anime stuff. So this one is highlighting Shaman King and probably some other stuff from that company. That's Kodashiya, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. A new one from Image called The Sacrificers. I don't know much about this. It's new, but it is Rick Remender, so it's probably pretty cool sci-fi. Some more anime from Viz. So Chojin X and Rooster Fighter. Those are two manga properties that have already started, so you can check those out. We carry both of those. RuneScape, a fantasy adventure series game, is getting some comics based in that universe. So that'll be new. We have more Archie horror stuff coming out. There's been a few projects, and this is a new one called The Cursed Library. That'll be out this summer. Something called Seismic Stories. Don't know much about that from Aftershock. Red Sonja, always popular with Dynamite. She is getting a brand new book. It launches in June or July, so this is probably a prelude to that. Something that's already come out was a sequel to the movie Fright Night from the 80s, a popular one. I truly like that one. So, yeah, it's called Tom Holland's. I don't know. It's already been out, so I guess this is just maybe they're coming out with the graphic novel finally. One of the big ones, DC is talking about their huge event that's coming out over the summer called Night Terrors. So if you're interested in that, if you're a DC reader, you're going to want to pick this up because that is going to be the new big thing this summer. Looks like Street Fighter is back. Street Fighter 6 will be back in comics. And then DC also has a couple of YA graphic novels coming out, Clark and Lex and the Fan Club Batman Squad. Also from their YA line, Girl Taking Over. This is a Lois Lane YA graphic novel. Marvel has a few things. This one is The Return of the Uncanny Avengers. So this is part of the Summer Fall of X thing that they're doing with the X-Men. So the Uncanny Avengers will make a return. So that's a prelude to that. Star Trek has been pumping out quite a bit of good material, and it looks like they're going to do a crossover. So Day of Blood. And this is a prelude. So you might pick that up if you're a Star Trek fan. Shadow Man from Valiant. Marvel Voices, that's a Marvel series of one-shots that comes out once every 2 or 3 months. So this is probably just a snippet of those things to give you an idea of what they are. So you can grab that. We've got something called Crime Buster. Not sure what's going on there, but probably a new comic. Stan Lee is getting a new autobiographical graphic novel. So this is an excerpt of that. The Fabulous Furry Freak Brothers are back. I guess they're doing reprints of that old 60s, 70s stuff. And the last Marvel big project is there's a lot of Spider-Man and Venom stuff going on this summer. So you've got Extreme Venomverse, you've got the Carnage stuff. So, yeah, if you want to get in on the Spider-Man bandwagon, maybe check this one out. All right, so that's our teen and above. And then lastly, we're going to go into what they consider to be for the adults. That's our red label. So it's either got something a little bit much for teenagers, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, West of Sundown is a horror Western comic. It's already done, so this is probably just an excerpt from the graphic novel. The Frazetta-verse has been going for a little bit. So Death Dealer and Dawn Attack. But Mothman, the one in the upper left corner, that's yet to release. So those are like you'll probably get little snippets of each of those 3 titles of the Frazetta-verse. Umbrella Academy is back finally with new projects. So that's awesome. And then we got a little bit of Witcher also. So that's cool from Dark Horse. And then weirdly enough, the Conan the Barbarian license is now officially with Titan Comics. So it was with Marvel, went to Dark Horse, then it went back to Marvel, and now it's at Titan Comics. So they're launching a Conan the Barbarian comic. So there you go. That's this summer. And lastly, a new Jeff Lemire horror comic called Fish Flies. Don't know much about it, but Jeff Lemire does the weird horror-y stuff, so it'll probably be great. All right, so that is all the free comics for this year, 2023. I hope you enjoyed this little snippet, and hopefully, if you're in our zip codes, stop by. We'll be open all day tomorrow handing out free comics, and we're going to have a sale and everything. So thanks for watching. Talk to you later. See you at the stores. Bye-bye.